Hey friends, welcome back to Grand Adventure. I'm your host, Mark Guido, and in this week's episode, we are going to examine the 4 closest campground opportunities to downtown Salt Lake City, Utah. So stay tuned. Now, Salt Lake City is often called the Crossroads of the West. Way back when, it was a railroad crossroads. Today, it's an interstate crossroads between I-80 heading east and west and I-15 heading north and south. That brings a lot of RV travelers through the Salt Lake City area. For some people, Salt Lake City might be a destination right at the foot of the beautiful Wasatch Mountains. But for others, it might just be a stop along the highway between point A and point B. Now, over the last few weeks, we've seen a lot of folks asking questions about the various RV campgrounds in the Salt Lake City area. So we wanted to take this week's episode to look at the 4 closest RV campgrounds to Salt Lake City. Each one has its own advantages and disadvantages, which you'll learn today through this week's episode. In this episode, we're going to cover the 4 closest campgrounds to downtown Salt Lake City in order from closest to most distant. All 4 are open year-round and all are pet-friendly. The closest to downtown is the Salt Lake City KOA Holiday, a mere mile west of the downtown core near the intersection of Interstates 15 and 80, and just a few miles east of the Salt Lake City International Airport. The Salt Lake City KOA offers spacious, tree-shaded full hookup sites with asphalt pads. Spacing between sites is decent, and the park itself is very well maintained. Current nightly rates range from approximately $55 to $80 per night, depending on the amenities included with each type of site. Facilities on site include playground areas and a camp canine dog exercise area complete with dog wash. Although the pool complex at the KOA is closed in winter, an outdoor hot tub is available for guests 12 months a year. The KOA is only a very short ride from downtown aboard the Trax light rail line that stops right in front of the campground. The facilities at the KOA are the nicest of the 4 RV parks that we're visiting today, and it's the most convenient to Salt Lake City's downtown area. On the same site as the KOA is the long-term VIP campground that is operated as a separate business entity, with attractive sites that each include their own storage shed. However, VIP campground won't take reservations for monthly sites. Instead, they place you on a monthly site list only when you arrive, and they expect you to remain on site and pay the KOA daily rate until a site is made available. They also insisted upon some personal information in their monthly application that we didn't feel they were entitled to. Combine all of this with the fact that the facility is located in one of the less secure neighborhoods in the Salt Lake Valley, and we opted to spend our winter elsewhere. The next closest option to downtown is the Pony Express RV Resort, a gated Sun RV resort just across the Davis County line, about 5 miles north of Salt Lake City, near the intersection of I-15 and the I-215 belt route. Pull-through sites here are a bit less spacious than those at the KOA, but are nevertheless meticulously maintained concrete pad full hookup sites, available for prices currently ranging from $48.50 to $65.45 per night, and monthly rates are available. The largest sites can accommodate rigs as long as 70 feet. On-site amenities include a heated swimming pool, life-size board games, general store, Surrey bike rentals, and a fenced dog park. It's the location that kept us from staying at Pony Express. While convenient to downtown Salt Lake City, its site out near the wetlands lining the Great Salt Lake is a full 60-minute drive from the skiing in the Cottonwood Canyons, which is what keeps us in the Salt Lake area throughout the winter months. So instead, we're spending our winter at Mountain Shadows RV Park, located just off I-15, around 17 miles south of Salt Lake City in the community of Draper. Site spacing and mountain shadows varies widely, and its winter monthly rate of $950 is more expensive than the KOA or Pony Express, but Mountain Shadows is the closest to the skiing in the Cottonwood Canyons, only about a 30-minute drive away. Rates for the gravel or asphalt pads here currently cost $69.95 per night, or $349.75 per week for full hookups. The RV park is conveniently located near the extensive commercial businesses lining 123rd South in the southern end of the Salt Lake Valley. And there's actually a Camping World location right next door for those RV travel needs. Propane is available on site for a very reasonable price with your Good Sam membership, which also gets travelers a free dump station, even if they're not staying in Mountain Shadows. Amenities include an on-site convenience store, playgrounds, Wi-Fi, a common area with library, pool table, computer, and television, restrooms, showers and laundry, this indoor hot tub year-round, or an outdoor pool and hot tub in season. While there's no enclosed dog park, management will allow your dog off-leash in this grassy area near the front of the park, assuming that you trust your dog to respond to command. Tent campers are also welcome at Mountain Shadows in this dedicated area. Its proximity to I-15 means that the biggest downside to Mountain Shadows is the highway noise, which is far more prevalent at the sites near the entrance than it is at other more interior sites. The fourth and final RV campground near Salt Lake City is actually across Parley Summit in Kimball Junction near Park City. Park City RV Resort is 25 miles from downtown Park City, but very convenient to the ski resorts of Park City and Deer Valley if you're in the area to ski the Wasatch back. Highway noise is also an issue here due to its location alongside I-80, and at an elevation of 6,300 feet, it's 2,000 feet higher and therefore somewhat colder than the RV parks in the Salt Lake Valley. RV camping rates here currently range from $45 for partial hookups to $50 per night for full hookup sites. Weekly and monthly rates are available only during the winter season. The paved pads in this upper section are reserved for site owners, whereas the gravel sites in this lower lot accommodate overnight guests. Now you'll find out more about these four campgrounds on the Dyrt.com, one of the internet's best online directories for finding that perfect spot to spend the night. You'll find over 1 million user reviews, videos, photographs for campgrounds all across the United States. There are two flavors of the Dyrt. There's a free version that anyone can use on the web or with their mobile apps. Or there's a pro version that adds some extra special features, including trip routing, up to 40% off per night in a campground. Downloadable searches, so that way you can use it offline when you're outside of cell phone range, and map layers that show you the perimeter boundaries of public lands for boondocking. Now, we have a special relationship with the Dyrt this year that gets you 90 days free trial just for signing up for Pro. Now think about that. That gets you all the extra special features for free for literally half the upcoming camping season, so you really have no reason to not try it out. Simply use the promo code GRANDADVENTURE90. We'll put a link to the Dyrt down in the video description down below, as well as a copy of that promo code so you can go and check it out for yourself. We really hope that this review of the campgrounds in the Salt Lake City area has been useful to you. If you like this episode, please be sure to give us a big thumbs up down below. Also down below, you'll find the comment section. That's where we love to hear from you after each episode. We would be honored if you shared the channel with your friends, family, and on social media, because we put out new outdoor RV adventure travel videos each and every Wednesday. So if you're not yet a Grand Adventurer, this is the perfect time. Go smash that little red subscribe button right down there in the corner of your screen and ring that notification bell to make sure that you never miss an episode of Grand Adventure. So until next week, please remember, life is nothing but a grand adventure. We'll see you then.